You've probably heard editors say, go to the gym, do something to clear your head, focus on yourself. That's the only way ideas for your animation will come. So you tried, you went to the gym, sat quietly, tried to think of ideas, but nothing, absolutely nothing come to mind. And that's exactly the part they never tell you. That's not how creativity works. No one out there really explain what creativity is or how to actually use it in a particular way. Not just those feel-good inspirational quotes that look nice on the paper but not give you any direction. Have you ever wondered what creativity actually is? Most people think it's about inventing something completely new, something no one has ever seen before. But the truth is, most ideas are already taken. Most stories, most concepts, most animation tricks. You have not the first to think of them. Take Leonardo da Vinci Mona Lisa. It's a paint we all know, but if Leonardo hadn't painted it, someone else probably would have. But here is the key. The creativity wasn't in inventing it from nothing. It was in how he inspired it, how he expressed his thought, his own experience, his own style, his own emotion. Today, creativity works the same way. It's not about finding an idea that nobody has thought of. That idea probably already exists somewhere. Real creativity is taking something that exists, reshaping it, upgrading it, and make it relevant to you. If you open your project right now and don't know which animation to add or what fits the best and you feel stuck, stay until the end. This is the right video for you.
Think about the first time you tried to make something from scratch. Food, a drawing, even a school assignment. When you have no reference. When they just told you, make something of your own. It feels stuck. But the moment you have something in front of you, a recipe, a picture, an example, suddenly everything clicked. Not because you copied it, but because you have structure. Now take a recipe. Two people cook the same recipe with the same ingredients, and the result still comes out different. One adds more salt. One changes the cooking time. One plates it differently. The recipe doesn't limit creativity. It enables it. And that's exactly what happens when you look at an existing animation. It's not the result, it's the skeleton. And once you have the skeleton, you don't ask, what do I make? You ask, how do I make this my way? And that's the most important shift, from being stuck to starting to move.
I want to show you something practical. Not theory, not motivation, a real working process. Most editors don't get stuck because they are not good. They get stuck because they open a new project and simply don't know where to start. The timeline is empty. The clips are ready, but there is not an animation idea to land the video. And that's exactly why I work always with a fixed inspiration source.
Let's start with Pinterest, because that's the foundation. Pinterest is not a site for pretty ideas. It's a visual search engine. The biggest mistake is search for animation or motion design. What you should search for is actions. Title entrance, simple transition, logo intro, UI motion, text reveal. The simpler and more specific the search, the more usable the animation becomes. I intentionally look for animation I can understand in a few seconds. If I can't quickly understand how it works, it's not a good reference for a real project. And when I find a good animation, I don't copy it one to one. I break it down in my head. What comes in first? Where is the focus? And what is the small lesson that makes it interesting? It's very important to me that you understand this. For example, I took this animation and created this format, with a few small changes. Now Instagram. Instagram is where you see what works right now. But you have to look at it like an editor, not like a viewer. I save reels not because they look good, but because they're one strong moment. One movement, one text entrance, one idea that can be taken and placed in a different context. I will now give you an example of how I created animations for this video. For example, I'm scrolling and I come across this animation. It's insane impressive, but it doesn't mean it's automatically fit my project. So I break it down. I analyze every movement, and then I spot one part that connects perfectly to a line I said in the video. Another one, and another one. That's the part I take and translate into a new animation, one that fits the style and the story of the project. Here's another example. I came across this reel and I really liked it. Then I thought about what could work for my animation, and I realized that this line fit perfectly with the first part. So I used it and created this. That's where I go when I want to find clean, premium looking animation. More commercial, less trend driven. Those aren't ideas to copy. They're ideas for structure, for composition, and for visual language. And finally, YouTube. It's It's a source most people overlook, not for learning, for analyzing. You take a successful video, slow it down, and look only at the intro, the text, and the emphasis moment. If it works on millions of people, there is a principle there you can take. Here another example from this video. I found this video that also talks about creativity, and I noticed it has an impressive 3D animation, so I decided to take the same style and create a similar animation using AI. You have to admit, it turned out really beautiful, right? It doesn't matter where the idea comes from, Pinterest, Instagram, Behance, or YouTube. You don't collect ideas, you collect principles. And once you have a principle, you have direction. And once you have direction, you are no longer stuck staring at the empty timeline. If this video helped you understand how to find animation ideas, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment and let me know which animation you want us to create in the next video.